We're here in Toronto, Canada, Canadian Music Week with Wagons. How you guys going?
Very good.
Very well, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, very well. This is my first time to Toronto. Can the same be said for you?
Yeah, most definitely.
It's the first, we're about to play the Aussie BBQ show, and it's the first Australian barbecue I've had to walk through a snowstorm in order to get to. It's a new experience for me.
Yes, my nose went numb on route here, which was interesting.
My nose has been going red the whole time. Embarrassing.
So how has the experience in Toronto been for you guys so far?
Amazing for me.
The hospitality's been great. Everyone's been treating us well. No accounting for taste. People have been lovely. I don't know what we've done to deserve it.
And you've already played at your showcase?
Yeah, we've played 2 shows already. We played at the Horseshoe Tavern on the first night, and then the Cadillac Bar. Every seat at the Cadillac Bar looked like a kind of make-out seat in the back of a pimped-out vintage vehicle.
Cool.
It wasn't. If I had a restaurant, I wouldn't deck it out like that. But you know,
there's got to be one of those, I suppose.
It was sort of like a half-assed. It was sort of half as good as the dancing scene from Pulp Fiction. Good venue, and I love playing. I love playing with it. There was a Cadillac tire next to the stage, which I liked incorporating into the show.
How exactly was that incorporated into the set?
I shoved my microphone into it and sang into a tire. It was a new experience.
There's three audience members held it up, and we continued the song.
You could see a guy with a quiff in the background and a leather jacket who was probably owned the joint who wasn't too happy.
Yeah.
A guy, Fonz, giving me daggers from the corner.
Amazing. Amazing.
Not cool.
Only in Toronto.
The adventures, yes, I was about to say the adventures of Toronto, and these travels are continuing. You guys are heading down to South by Southwest.
Yeah, we're playing 14 shows in 17 days on this trip, and covering, from West Coast to East Coast, America, and we're playing in Canada too. So it's a really hectic trip. And Si's got sick already. We're screwed.
No.
I don't know. Well, I reckon he's going to drop. We're going to cut off the weak link. Would you mind if he stays with you?
We're pretty much doing the same schedule, so you're more than welcome to tag along.
See you guys next time.
Yeah.
So on this tour, you've got a new album, and can you tell us a little bit about that? Because it's been a while in the making, I understand.
We released our last album 2 years ago. And our next one's coming out. It's not out yet, it's out in April. Mm-hmm. So we're in sort of a limbo land. I don't know what the hell we're doing here now.
But is this tour giving you an opportunity to play the new material and test it?
Yeah, absolutely. We're mostly playing stuff from our last album, and we're lucky enough to have our record coming out across North America in August this year. Mm-hmm. So I guess we're just laying the foundations for that at the moment. How are we going?
I guess I'll have to let you know after I see you at the show.
So you haven't seen either of our shows so far?
No, I have not.
This is awkward.
I've been saving it for today. I've seen early days, but not over here. And
Still the same shit.
Yeah, but how is it comparing? How is the newer material comparing to the older stuff?
I'd say it's more assured. Over the past few years, life on the road in Australia, we've listened to a lot of driving music and a lot of our favourite old-time tunes. We were listening to the Elvis channel on the way over here, and a lot of that stuff's seeped in. And I think this new album's sort of a lot more influenced by a lot of the classic outlaw country acts, like your Willie Nelsons and your Roy Orbisons. Well, Roy Orbison wasn't much of an outlaw, was he? He was more a nerd, a frumpy nerd.
He was the one that
I can really relate to him, actually. But yeah, I think it's gone a bit. I don't know. What would you say? I don't know.
I don't know. It's a bit tougher. I don't know. I feel tougher. It's tougher. The music is tougher.
I think you're talking about your own
but more
personal
tender.
journey. Yeah.
But then more tender as well.
Tougher and tender.
Yeah, I think that's.
I hope that helps.
That's what we sound like.
That's a bit of the tenderness must be the Elvis the spirit of Elvis coming through.
I love Elvis so much. In fact, I bought 2 Elvis badges today.
Did you really?
Yeah.
There's some cool stores in the city. I've got to say, I just came out of a guitar shop across the road, which was quite cool.
Oh yeah, the Steve's music shop.
Yeah.
Beautiful, man.
So I have Elvis meeting Nixon badge,
Yes.
and just a straight out Elvis bust.
I think you get one for every day of the week almost.
I've got a Johnny Cash badge. I've got a Spinal Tap badge. And a Michael Jackson Afro badge.
Fantastic. I like how the Afro is perfectly contained in the badge as well.
And all of these are kind of influences on the new album in that arrangement.
The badges or the people on them?
Michael Jackson should go in the centre, I think. Don't you think?
That's your own journey again.
Okay.
Fuck. And speaking of journeys, I want to go around to each of you and what sort of advice would you give for bands that are going on this ridiculous journey that you are? What would be the one piece of advice you'd give to someone coming to Toronto?
Oh, of course, dress warm. You know, just wear warm clothes. It's not like Melbourne. It's not going to be hot. There's going to maybe be some snow and stuff like that. Yeah.
Or a snowstorm is...
Snowstorms, yeah. And do something about your nose. Keep it warm.
Your nose warm.
Yeah, keep your nose warm. Keep your nose warm. That's all I got to say.
I think I'd advise, a lot. I think what you say makes sense. Watch a lot of Northern Exposure, a lot of Justin Bieber videos.
Very good.
Catch up on some family ties. I listen to a few of Si's favourite Celine Dion records as well. He's been putting them on.
On vinyl? You got it on
Yes.
Yep.
Good for preparation.
You can feel the power of love. You know?
I find Toronto quite a bit like Melbourne. Someone said it's a sort of cross between Melbourne and Sydney. I actually feel it's not that alien here. And if you're a band that's doing their stuff in Melbourne, I don't think it's too much of a stretch to come here. People are very welcoming, warm, quite similar. It's boring.
Sounds like you need to go to,
No, it's great.
Yugoslavia.
Yeah, something. No, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it here. It's, not too far out of the comfort zone. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that if you're a new band, this is actually a really easy stepping stone to make. It's not too much of a culture shock. You're not seeing too many limbless, gurus on the street trying to accost you as you're loading your gear into the venue.
Fair enough.
I think Andy's right. It's a lot like Melbourne.
What about the limbless beggars that I was talking
didn't
about?
totally agree with that.
There's
There's a couple.
And here as well.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, go on.
And the Gladstone Cafe on Queen West. That's a great place to stop.
24 hours.
Yeah.
Best burger we've had,
It's good to know.
though with some consequences.
I totally disagree with the Gladstone Cafe. It was the start of my nightmare. My advice is similar to Mark. Thermal undergarments. You can't go wrong with thermal undergarments.
Yes.
And pace yourself. They only pour pints. Yeah, I learned that the hard way too.
Well, in spite of your illness, I hope that you have fun today and the rest of the tour goes very well. And yeah, we've got the album coming out in a few weeks, so best
I can't wait.
Best of luck with that. I'm sure you're ready for people to hear it.
I can't wait. And I just, for the record, even though Si's sick, he's still my favourite compared to all these other guys. I actually don't want to leave him here. Just for the record, I want to say it straight up, I love him more than these two.
Well, that's what you'll tell him before you leave him stranded anyway.
Yeah.
So that's all right. All right, well, thanks for your time, guys, and have fun at the Aussie BBQ today.
Thanks for speaking
Yes,
to
thank
us.
you.
No worries.